There's even now more pressure being put on our gracious Majesty the Queen, but this time over what? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the heart of London. Thank you for joining me today. Come on, and all brand new subscribers, we're really riding up, aren't we? Thank you so much for all your support, and for those that have endured since the start. I don't know how you've suffered so much, but of course I truly mean that. It is nice to have your company, and as ever, truly thank you for all the support that you give me. This particular story though will come as no surprise, because as you know, our gracious Majesty the Queen has been under the battle bus again this week from the media, following of course which should have been a rather respectful time, I believe, the memorial of his late Royal Highness the Duke of Edinburgh, Prince Philip. That's all because of course she dared to ask her son Prince Andrew to escort her into the Abbey. You know, there's lots of stories being put around, and as we told you in a previous video, Prince William will be taking charge of more of the media coming out of the British monarchy. But when you think about it, you know, none of these people, particularly these alleged columnists, have shown any respect. But now there's a bigger problem, and I truly believe that this is one that needs to be resolved rather quickly. And it all centres on the former royals, Harry and Meghan. It's quite simple. Basically, a lot of people over here want our gracious Majesty the Queen to remove their titles. Now, it's interesting, as we've said, because as we now know, Meghan Markle basically said titles mean nothing, but they are basically trading on their royal titles. When you think about it, it's Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, on her books. He's always introduced as Prince Harry. Of course, he is a prince by birth, but they do have the option to opt out and simply become Mr. and Mrs. Windsor, or whichever title or name they wish to take. But over here, the problem is this: that the monarch removed the titles and of course names, etc., from His Royal Highness Prince Andrew really showed exactly how quick they can work should they want to. And that of course was fueled by the public. You know, the public wanted something done and they had to react very quickly. But over here, and I have to say, it's all based on a poll, and as ever, polls can change, allegedly, but Harry and Meghan really are sort of polling so badly. And I think really the final sort of icing on the cake was their refusal to return back for the memorial. So a lot of people are saying, well, why are they allowed to call themselves royal? Why are they on the website still? You know, there's a lot of problems. Now, as we've told you before, it has to go through an act of parliament, and it has to be suggested by them to her, or indeed from her to them. One way or another, something needs to be done, because this really is rather damaging in favour of the British monarchy over here. People just want to see clear-cut ties moving forward. Who actually is our British monarchy now? Who are we supposed to be looking at? It is rather fractious, and I'm not taking sides either way. It must be very difficult for Prince Harry, because he could never have foreseen exactly how all of this was going to pan out. I think he truly believed he could have a half in, half out sort of approach. Simply wasn't working. The Queen wasn't having it. And so now what he's left with, and what she's left with, is public disfavour. And right now, in the Platinum Jubilee year, what we truly need, and it doesn't matter how many exhibitions you put out, how many glorious pictures, the public decide your way forward. Trust me, I've been in show business a long time, I know. And if you don't agree with the public, then they decide their own decisions. And that truly can be damaging to the royal brand going forward. Right now, what I can tell you is this is still an ongoing discussion, but I would expect something to be, well, developing before the Platinum Jubilee weekend celebrations. As ever, as soon as I know more, you'll know more. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.